Here we go. It is now, what's today? Sunday, February 23rd, week 8 of 52 Steady. Let's go.
So yeah,
February 23rd.
yep. As our avid listeners know, like our podcast just got posted a couple days ago. So if y'all are watching like two at once, like it's all right. We'll give
Yeah,
y'all
that's on
time.
me. Yeah. So, usually how it goes is we'll finish our podcast on the Sunday, and then depending on what we're doing afterwards, we'll either grind it out, or usually it's me thinking that I'm going to get another workout and or run in, and then I'm going to sauce that into the podcast and post
Hmm.
it later. What's been happening is that doesn't happen, and then I get caught up in other things, and then the podcast got pushed back and pushed back.
Hmm.
So your boy, we didn't really have much left to do. It was just putting the stuff into the system, but it got uploaded on Friday. So I mean, it got uploaded, but it's not on our schedule. So we're sorry about that. That's on me, y'all. So um yeah, week
Yep.
8. Even saying week 8, like I know each week I'm gonna say this, like we're getting 1 week further into it, but
Hmm.
I would say we're getting close to, I think, the longest I've ever done something consecutively, I feel like. Or like over
Hmm.
a span of consistency. What would you say to that?
I mean, I would say yeah. For you, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like we're at that point where it's like we're honestly we enjoy filming it, but like
No.
we're at the point where like we don't get much viewers. There's nothing like
No.
making us do this. But at the end of the year, we're gonna be hyped that we did it, even though
Yeah.
it might not get as much views as we want, and we might not enjoy it all the time, but we probably need it a little.
No. It's I think it's automatic. It's in the schedule now. It's ingrained into the schedule. I think it's perfect. This is like prime right
Hmm.
after church, get back, have a little time, we'll start. So anyway, we're starting it up. So those of you who don't know what this is, give us been I've been lacking on my explaining what we are. So 52 Steady podcast, Noah and I, college students, on a journey becoming better men, specifically more godly men. We've set a list of challenges that we want to complete weekly, and we also have a weekly challenge on top of that. So for this week's challenge, or like not this week's challenge, but last week's challenge was calling. I don't. It's not necessarily a family member, but like a
Friend or family member.
friend or family member every single day. Just having an intentional time right there. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but that was our challenge. But to get right into it, as we always do, we have our running segment.
Okay, I'll go first. So start of the week. I was not really. Did I run last week? I don't know if I did, but I was not.
You did that.
Okay, I did not. Yeah. Well, I was kind of not really feeling it. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do anything this week. But I was reading my book, and I think I'm allowed to like
Hmm.
read the book here just for the Atomic Habits. I switched off Mere Christianity, but I'll be back in that at some point. Um, it was saying like you don't need to like make your identity something, but like you need to tell yourself like you're a runner, cause like what would a runner do?
Yeah.
Because like instead of like taking a goal of like running a marathon, you just like take on like I'm a runner, so I'm gonna go run today because that's
Yeah.
what I do. So I did that month, and I probably wasn't even gonna run that day, but then I read that and I was like, I'm a runner. I do this.
Let's go.
So first run Monday. Cue the PR music. if we have some.
Oh
Probably
my
don't have
god.
some.
Okay, okay. I don't know if
But
we'll see what's
I
going
ran
on.
2.01 miles at 8:15 pace.
8:15 pace.
8:15 pace.
What?
I was moving. I mean,
8:15.
I was dead after, obviously, but like it felt good.
Yeah. Like a good dad.
Yeah, like I had nothing else. I had nothing else in me. Um, wait, what's your highest pace so far? Not counting this week. 8:30 for 2 miles.
I don't know. I have a mix of stuff. I had a speed run where my average pace was 8, but it wasn't like it was like on and off. I would say consecutive.
Yeah, like the
uh,
total run, that like the pace.
Probably like 8:55. Maybe 8:44.
Okay. But I hit that. I was feeling great.
That's legit right there.
Yeah. And haven't ran since then. But I will be running right after this. It's just been snowing and honestly like really cold. But
Mhm.
those are my excuses, I guess. I was gonna run yesterday but didn't. I should have ran yesterday.
Yeah. 8:15. That's
Like I feel like
we needed a clip for the 8:15. We needed a clip for that.
yeah, I know. That was big. I think I'm improving. Like even though I'm not I haven't even been consistent with it yet, but just running a little has been improving.
I think it's a mindset thing. It's like once you realize you can kind of do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. So for me, first run, it was what is the 18th? The 18th was Tuesday.
Okay.
So
Another early one for you.
first run, it was either after a leg day or something, and I was like, I think I did a leg day the day before, or it was a day like I was gonna run. I like to lift and then run.
Like right after.
Not just, but I'd rather lift first to put my primary energy towards lifting and then running after. This was I ran early and lifted legs later. So I did like a recalibrate and reset run. 2.07 miles, 9:50 pace. I was just like, just joshing. I was just joshing.
I feel like I need some more Josh and runs though, because I feel like I go too hard.
See, I, I think this next week, and I was gonna talk to you about this too. Like, I wanted to put in, like, um, so for the Nike Run Club, you can get on like the plans, right? So I can say like, oh, like my run's this far out, and I can go on the plans, and then let's just say in a given week, it's like, okay, day 1 recovery run 5 minutes, speed run 27 minutes, rest day, recovery run 7 minutes, speed run 25 minutes, rest day, and then long run 1 mile run. I mean, I don't know if that would count as 3 runs, you know? That's why it's kind of weird.
What do you mean?
Like if I was like, okay, day 1 recovery run 5 minutes. Okay, I'm out there 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Two,
But like you can't count that, but like if you did it.
yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's actually the only run I've done this week. My excuses, I mean, there's excuses and there's just like not been on the mind and not scheduled for it. I'm just looking at my calendar right now. Like, I scheduled for it, but I think it was just not. There was just some. Each week there's like there's a new chapter of what's going on in the old life and some plans. So I've started a like weekly plan. I'll put in my runs, my lifts, and whatever, like on Sundays. And what's been happening is when it gets to that run time, those are like the first to go, or like run or lift. Like I'll just move those times around. And when it's like late at night and I've already done a run or a lift, I'm not one to run. So I think getting the dog energy back. There's like some sort of energy that I got to get back
Hmm.
onto it. I think I've got to see the goal in sight and why I'm doing it, and again get that like runner kind of vibe. So I think what's going to take me there is the plan. I think just sticking to the plan and trying to do that. So yeah, that's the only run I've had this week.
Are you doing a run today or like
The
right
plan
now?
the plan is to do a run today. That is the plan.
Okay.
So it's the same kind of situation, but I mean I don't have really anything today until 8 o'clock. So
Okay.
a little run.
Probably lacing up right after this.
There you go. All right.
Good weather today. Probably a t-shirt run. Even.
That's another thing. Like it has been snowed. Like we got school off Wednesday and Thursday.
Hmm.
So like it was like kind of just not it. Had a bonfire at my house. That was actually the first time I've hosted a bonfire in my life. So it's actually fun. But
Nice.
yeah. Today feels like I was walking out of church and I was like, you know what? Like it feels so good outside. Like
Hmm.
so I think I'll lace up after this too. Here we go. We'll insert those clips. I think we gotta have a clip for the
Yeah.
we gotta have a clip for the
What's up, gang? Just finished my Sunday run after the pod. I had some sweat in my eyes, but we're at 2.9. I can show a screenshot, but it's like 2.9 miles, 8:30 some pace. Pretty tired. I was thinking I'm awful close to 3 miles. One I get for 3, and I was like, I need to hit a leg day today too. So, but feeling good. It's just a reminder: your identity. If you're a runner, you're gonna run. If you're in school, you're gonna study and do the things you need to do. If you're a child of God, you're gonna do the things you need to do. You're gonna do your disciplines. So, shout out Noah for the motivation for today, getting it done. Let's get after it this next week. See y'all.
viewers. Okay. All right. So how are the weights? What are the weights looking like?
Weights. Did every day, every 5 days.
Automatic.
Our gym was open from a small time period, and it was the busiest. Like everyone's there, and like
Mm-hmm.
people had to like walk there too, because like the buses are not running, so they either walked or drove their cars or something. But did those. Feel like they've been good. I feel like I've been back on like working out more on my own and like on my doing exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, been good. Been good. Been doing pull-ups. I have a PR of 10 right now. I'm doing
There are
like
tens. That's legit.
no, I want to get to 15. I think that's possible. I did like 10, like 6, 6. Like it
Yeah.
drops off a ton.
I feel like when I do pull-ups though, like I don't feel pull-ups, but the act of doing the pull-up, I feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, like I get really sore from them, but I don't like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't get. I feel like you feel them a little more like as you keep doing them. Like at the first
The better
day, I
you
was like,
do it.
this kind of just hurts. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
feel good. And then after, like yesterday, I
Mm.
was like, I got to pump. Like it, I'm feeling it. Where it's supposed to be.
A little pump from pull-ups. That's hype. Me, I was trying to calculate or like see how many lifts I've done, and I think this has kind of been getting confusing because with putting the stuff in my schedule, I don't know how many I've done. I think I've done at least 3, maybe 4. In my calendar, I have In my calendar, I have 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I did one yesterday, and then I did one the day before. But I'm gonna have to start putting dates on my lifts, because the notes app is just not doing it. Like the push days and stuff just run together. So yeah, lifts have been good. I think I've done. I don't know how many. I've either done. I've for sure done 3, maybe 4. But yeah, I mean, I've been. We were just talking about this before. I've been doing some pull-ups. Nothing really crazy. One thing that has been improvement has been my legs. So I've been doing, like on my leg day, I'll do hack squat, dumbbell RDL, lunge, leg curl, lateral raises, and then like
Calf
leg
extension.
press. Yeah. But my lunges have been like pure. I don't know if it's just I started out with 40s, and I was doing like just walking like it'd be like 10 total reps, and then I went up to 45, and I'm doing like pure like I feel like perfect form, and besides like the last 4. So that's been good. I think I'm gonna go up on my next one. So I've been getting kind of excited for that. Leg days have been. What's been killing me is I've been doing front squats. Also, my legs must be getting stronger. The front squats, something about doing good front squats makes you feel strong. Because it's like, it's close enough to your chest where you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing chest, but you're not doing chest at all. To me, I'm like, it's like, I'd rather be doing chest than legs, but when I'm holding it like this, there's something about holding the bar like this rather than on my back.
All right.
So, I've been doing, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but like 175 for 6 on front squat. Like that's
great. My legs have shrunk. Like, I think they've like lost some muscle, if I'm being honest.
yeah. Also, I mean, I've been doing like my lower day is front squat, deadlift, RDL, leg extension, incline curl, calf raise, and I'll do front squat and then deadlift right after. And it's been killing me, and I can, but I need to get some straps. That's really what's holding me back on the deadlift, I feel like, because
They're not expensive either.
yeah,
You
no.
get some cheap ones.
I've been trying to focus on good form with deadlift, so I like finish out on a set of 225 for 6, which is like nothing. But I feel like I was doing like slow down, and I feel like my form on it also is not that good because I like scrub my knees and then my shin. Like I try to
You
keep
want to
it.
pull it like as close to you as you can.
I know, but like it's like so close.
Yeah. I don't think the
Okay.
form's bad. It just could like hurt your knees.
Yeah. I want it to be like it's like smooth. Mine is just not smooth right now. I feel like I'm losing leg hairs every time I deadlift. So,
Feel that?
but no, I'm excited. I think I've been enjoying the gym even more. Just seeing my lifts go up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's so good about even tracking your lifts is just watching things go up little by little. So
I feel like especially with legs, like once you really get consistent with legs, I guess you're gonna get stronger like
yeah,
a lot quicker than like bicep curls.
yeah, yeah. Also, I've been doing on my upper day. I'll do dumbbell bench, and I did 75 for 7, 80 for 4, 50 for 12.
Dang.
So
75s, that's a big boy. I feel like once you get out of the 60s, that's like
75 for 7 was like legit, but I don't know how good the form is. It's like kind of I'm not saying it's terrible, but
yeah.
like this is getting me kind of excited. Like I'm like I like I've been really enjoying lifting, but yeah, I'll have to. I actually don't know how to check it. Like seriously, I don't remember if I started out on a leg day or if I started out. But that's the goal today is again hitting a run and then a lift. But today will be leg day. not a lower day, but a leg day. So, yeah. All right. So Atomic Habits.
So yeah, I've read 3 days this week out of the 6. So not great, but from Atomic Habits is going to help me out. So what it was saying, let me pull up the chapter.
Let's go.
So it's like, where's this one?
This is going to be one of the highest rated books.
No, this is getting a 12 out of 10. So it's talking about habit stacking. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
So it's like stacking a habit on top of things you already do. It's like every day I go to the library, and then like what I would do, how I would stack the habit is like, as soon as I sit down, get my book out and read it. That would be like my cue. Like as soon as I sit down, get my book out, read my pages, then start working on homework.
Yeah.
And like I've been struggling to take my creatine. It's dumb how hard it is sometimes to like do that. So like, as soon as I get on my clothes for school, because the problem is I have a water bottle, and sometimes I'll have water, sometimes it won't.
Yeah.
So I'll put my clothes on, go fill up my water bottle, then come back, take my creatine, then go. After that. So those are my 2 habits. And then like not all days are the same. So Saturday, I think when I go read my Bible, I'll bring my book with me and then read it right after that. So that's my plan. Book's
That's
been
good.
Book's been good. Like I said, the taking on like I'm a runner. Like obviously that's not like my identity, but like you gotta like I am a runner. I run, and I gotta put those actions like what a runner would do. Even though I ran once this week.
Yeah.
So it's a good read right now. Habit stacking, honestly.
It's so simple, but it's like, you're like, why am I not doing this with everything?
Yeah.
Because theoretically, like, you should just. Because the more space you have between doing anything, like, the less you're going to do it. So if you have, like, okay, when I take a shower, I'm going to wash my body, and then I'm going to, like, dry off. Like, those are, like.
Something
those
you
are
do.
automatic.
You just do.
That's something you do, but that is like a habit. Or you brush your teeth before you go to bed. That is a habit. And stacking it on top of that would be like, I'm gonna floss right before I brush my teeth, or after I shut. Like just little things like that. And like so, what was I gonna say about the identity? I don't remember. I don't know if you got to this yet. So maybe I'm tripping. But it's talking about you kind of adapt. And almost like with your identity, you're adapting, or you're seeking for like a type of identity that you want, and then you adapt those characteristics.
Like what a real runner would do. Like they'd go
Or like,
run.
yeah, or like what a person who I want to be like would be doing. I don't know if it's talked about that yet, but it's like what a person I would want to be like be doing X, Y, Z, and it kind of turns you, and you're adopting their habits rather than be like.
A marathon runner. I'm gonna go run a marathon. You say like, what would a marathon runner do like right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly like what it is. Like, if I'm trying to be like Jesus, like that's the thing. Like, what would Jesus do in this moment? Like, type of stuff like that. So, that goes back to like the ant. Now, reading for me, I've got to start. I think this is showing me I need to get like something to write this down on, because I don't do it so consistent. I think I've got 3 myself. I read 2 days. So I don't remember what page I was on before. So maybe I'm capping, but I'm on page 40 of this book. And then I couldn't find my book one night. I didn't know where it was. So I read 10 pages of this other book. and it was like 10 things I would do if I wanted to be a millionaire or something like that. This might be like easiest read ever. So this will be the next book I read. But low key, I need to habit stack my reading at a different time. We went through this, but just when you read at the end of the day, like I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I guess
Like, it's
it's
just-
not happening.
It's just not like I'm less likely to do it, and yeah, that
Where do you think like your time should be?
I think mornings are sticky as they are because I do quiet time and while I'm eating breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I've been doing, and I think it needs to be before maybe like after the gym or something. Or I don't want to do it while I'm like eating. Because I don't have, like where you go to the library, I don't have that time where I'm like sitting down. I'm usually not sitting down.
Mhm.
But maybe while I'm eating, maybe like I try that. Or before I go to the gym. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, gym clears clears book reading. But if I just read before I go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like I can dial that in. Habit stack that on top of something else. But again, the book is good, and yeah, the book is good. But when you're reading it so consistently, it's like picking up on something that you left off, and you're kind of like, where am I even at this? And you kind of have to refresh yourself. So, but yeah, I mean, I've definitely been reading for less of the purpose of reading rather than just the pages. Or I've been trying to just get the pages done because the Millionaire book, I was like, I'm skipping like this book. I read the prologue. I don't even count those as the pages, but I read all that to get immersed in it. This Millionaire book, I was like, all right, page 1.
Yeah.
So nothing. It's a process, and I think Atomic Habits.
I think it's gonna get the best rating. Like if I'm being honest.
It's really good. I want to read it physically
Yeah.
rather than audio.
Like that habit stacking thing, I just never thought of it. Like just putting something like, because that's like your morning routine. Like that is habit stacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like my mornings are pretty locked. I don't wake up at the same time, but like I
Yeah.
give myself enough time to do everything I need to do.
Yeah. Nice. Well, the real reading is the Word. How's the Word been?
It's been good. Still in Proverbs. Let me see. If I have anything.
What were you in at church today?
Joel, and then like 2 Samuel 11, David and Bathsheba. He was like, it was like Joel was the same thing we did last week, like the same set of verses, but he went like deeper into it. He was talking about just repentance and like you will feel like how David, after he sinned, like he felt convicted for like a really long time. Like he said like a year. I'm not sure if it was a full. I don't know. But he said he felt convicted for that long, and like your sin will have consequences, and your sin leads you. It breeds sin. Like it just keeps compounding.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good. And talked about like giving your full heart to God.
Mm-hmm.
That's always something like there's never a point where like you go a whole week having your full heart for God. Like there's just
Yeah.
you're always putting something else like above God at some point. So I think that's just really trying to focus on that for me right now.
What would be one thing you could do to have your heart more towards God during the week?
I've been doing some scripture memorization.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much that's been like helping with that, but I looking like I think I habit stacked and I didn't even know it because I was like, I'm gonna pray, then I'm gonna do like go over my scripture memorization, then I'm gonna read Proverbs. So Oki did a little habit stack there. I didn't even know. I think that's been good. It's on Philippians 4 through 7.
Oh.
Where it's like, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I would say rejoice. Let your reasonableness be known to everyone. The Lord is at hand. Do not be anxious in anything, but in everything, with prayer and supplication. Or by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Then something peace. I just added the peace one, I think, this morning. But
That's good.
His peace surpasses all understanding. So
That's so tough.
yeah, I think that one's
That strap on you, boy. That's that strap on you. That's that Bible blicky baby on you, boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
But I think that one's good for me right now.
Mm.
Just like whenever you get a little anxious, just like pray to God about it, and I don't think it's like sometimes our anxieties like are for worldly things, like they're worldly thoughts, and we should be trusting in God.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still okay to like go to Him about that and pray about what we think we want, but like what He wants for us. So I think that's good.
That's really good. I'm yawning. Oh, me. I've been in Job still. You know the vibes.
What chapter you in?
I'm on 28.
So you're almost done.
Yeah, I'm almost done. Just looking at my notes, I did my quiet time Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday. I feel like I've been doing my Monday, Tuesday dialed, and then I don't know what happens Wednesday.
I feel like that's exactly what it was last week.
Yeah, I mean, last week it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Something about this, like, there's like a 3-day span where just a lot of just nothingness happens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, we also had snow that throws stuff off, I'm sure. But
it was just,
it's not an excuse, though.
that's not an excuse. So, yeah. There's a lot, I mean, I'm a little annoyed just on, like, I look back and I just don't even realize, like, that I've only done my quiet time 3 days. It's just, like, it seems like I've done it more than that. But it's getting to, like, I'm, like, watching a movie right now. I've been on this Job grind for a bit. 28 days. Not straight, but 28 days, and I just dropped the gym, Job 28. I'm just gonna run through my whole page of notes for Job 28 because it was just so basically like sum up Job right now. Start of Job, God's bragging on Job, and like the devil's like, nah, you ain't got nobody who's faithful like that. God's like, I got somebody. I got somebody for you. This boy Job. And basically, like, God just kind of strips him of like everything. And then he has his friends talking to him for like so many chapters about, they're just going back and forth about who's wrong and who's right. And his friends are saying that he should repent and that this is all for a reason, that he's sinned and this is instant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that he's done so wrong and he needs to repent, blah, blah, blah. And Job's like I trust in my Savior, but I'm also going to speak to him and, like, have a conversation with him. And then Job 28's talking about, Job 28 is basically Job being like, y'all think y'all know so much. We're just like humans, and like, and I'll just read this. So, like, verse 9 says, "Man puts his hand to the." I can't even read my own handwriting. Hold on, wait. Man puts his. I just gotta read it out of the book of Job here. But either way, it's been like I. Sometimes I'll just be doubting the Bible. Like I just be doubting the Bible. I'm like, man, this ain't like it ain't all that. Like I'm just reading to read. Bro, this is like I'm in this Job thing. I was reading. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it feels like I've been. I don't want to say waiting so long for something good, but it's just like seeing it all come through to like a point. Like Job 28, where is wisdom? It's kind of like the heading. Verse 9 says, "Man puts his hand to the flinty rock and overturns mountains by the roots." Basically, goes on to say that, like as humans, like we've tried to find every answer or shed light to every bit of darkness that we can ever find. And then he says, "Oh, verse 12. But where shall wisdom be found, and where is the place of understanding?" Like saying, like y'all doing all this, y'all can do all that, but where's wisdom found at? And just goes on to just say it cannot be found in the ores, it cannot be found in the mountains, whatever. But where does it come? And just goes on to say like God understands, like God knows, and then finishes off the chapter saying, "And he said to man, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn away from evil, that is understanding." Like that's in Proverbs, that's here and there, but just to Job be like, and he said to man, behold, the fear of the Lord that is wisdom, and turn away from evil, that is understanding. That was just like, man, y'all think y'all know all this, but like to fear the Lord, that is wisdom. As long as I'm fearing the Lord, that is like my wisdom, and that is like where I know that I would say, I don't want to say in the right, but following the right direction, and then turning away from evil, that is understanding. So I was just like, read that Friday, and I was like, man, this is like, it made me think like, again, I bring this up, it feels like every week now, but Charles being like, I don't want to hear about what anybody else is saying, but I want to know what the Lord is telling you. Like, literally, like, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. Like, fearing the Lord is like knowing His word. Fearing the Lord is like following His teaching. That is wisdom. That is like the best piece of advice, the best piece of guidance that you can have is doing that. And then to turn away from evil, that's just like, you can't fight this on your own. This is not something that you can't just go into every battle with a sword and thinking you're fighting away like sin. You got to turn away from evil, and that is understanding. Like that is understanding, is turning away from evil, not trying to fight it. So that was like, that's the word of the week in Job. But and then today in church we were talking about, I think I was telling you about that, but just like different ways, just like God uses ordinary people to share the gospel, or like God uses suffering. I think this was really cool. Like there was this pastor's name, he's like a campus pastor. His name's Wes Smith, and he was talking about, he told this story of how he started, like before he got the job of like a campus or like in the college ministry, he was working as a server for this restaurant, and he was training with this lady who's like really good anyway. And he asked her one day after like they were doing the utensils or whatever, he like asked her if she'd like to read the Bible, and she was like, sure, whatever. So he went to his car, got a Bible, and told her to read like John. And it was like the next week he came back to her, and she had read all of John, she had read like OD, like just OD, and she was like, she asked him, "Do you really believe in this?" Or she was like, "You don't really believe in this." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "What are you talking about?" They had been like chatting for 3 hours, and she was like, "Well, if you really believed in this, then you would have told me sooner."
Mm.
And it was like, dang, like, it's like, hold up, wait a minute, that's right. So that kind of was sticking to me, and I like underlined like the way you act authenticates what you say. So it was like kind of pairing with that, like you can say you're a follower, but the way you act and the way you handle situations, the way you go about life and interactions, that's the authentication of what you say. So just matching like your mouth, yeah, your words, like your actions to where your like words are. So yeah, that got me thinking. That was like, I got to do some work at work. I got to do some extra work at work. I got to do God's work at work. I got to be people that I know, like, that's still staying with me. Let me say that again. Like, if you really believe in this, you would have told me before. Like, come on,
That's like scary. Like, cause like
it is.
it's facts.
It's like, dang, boy. Like, if you really thought this restaurant was the truth, you would have been all about it. But if you're really thinking this is the truth and you're not all about it, do you really believe in it? So,
Yeah, I think our pastor today was like, y'all enjoy golf. Like, I'm gonna see y'all at the golf course. And he's like, if y'all really love Jesus, where y'all at? Y'all are in church. I thought it was interesting.
no, it's real. Or like, I don't want to say out of guilt, but the almost like serving at church. Like, I think even going to church, like this, like there's like just some guys that I know, like they'll come to like our family group stuff or our lunches and stuff like that. But, and I'm not saying I've been again, like where I've come from, like I didn't go to, you know what I'm saying, like, but so I can't really be. I'm like being like Job's friends, like
Yeah.
with this
'Cause
mindset.
everybody
but-
has their own timeline too. And you can't
Yeah.
like, you can't get mad at them because like, you were, like we were all
Mhm.
once like, just not doing what we should.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, even me saying this kind of like, I don't even know how to go about saying it, but they'll go to like our family group stuff, and then I'm like, all right, y'all coming to church, and they're like, nah, I'm staying out late tonight. I'm like, how you pre-plan to miss church like early? You know what I'm saying? Like the day
Yeah.
before. How do you even pre-plan? You know what I'm saying? Like that's like diabolical work to pre-plan to miss church.
Yeah. I think I might go out tonight, so I might not be there.
Yeah, I won't be at church tomorrow. Like it's like I'll be asking about like 11 o'clock on a Friday. Like y'all coming to church on Sunday? Like no, I'm gonna be out late Saturday night. I'm like, what do you mean? How do you place that on hold that far in advance? I mean, I'm not saying like it's good to stay out late Saturday night unannounced and then miss church, but doing that's I feel like it's better than being like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going Friday. Like on a Friday, being like, no, I'm not gonna make it.
Got kind of busy, but I'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about like.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna be there.
So I would say that's been kind of like hitting me a little bit, but then again, like we've all been there. So a lot of just understanding. I feel like I've gotten a lot more joy in the Word, and then yeah, I also think too it's been a joy to just lead others. Like just kind of, I don't want to say like, because it's not me doing the discipling, but just being able to
pour into some other people.
It's so weird to be the person to where like, all right, like my goal is to grow them and not have fun.
Hmm.
Because usually I'm at the other end. I'm like, yes, I want to grow, but my role here is different in like a group setting. Like, okay,
Mhm.
like we're gonna grow or do whatever. We're also gonna have fun. I'm like let's do something intentional. So
Mhm.
just it, it's like almost like in all of the future. Like you pause and think now, like what does the next year hold? And you're like,
Mhm.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I feel like God recently has been like putting like a just like a love within me for like my friends and just like
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't. It's like indescribable sometimes. Like people I just started talking to. I'm like, man, I love them. Like,
Mhm.
and I feel like you can't really have that without God.
Mm.
I don't know. Cause like it'd be people like I just talked to for like the night, and I'm like, man, like I love that guy. I
Yeah.
love him. Like, I don't know. Just been, and I'm like grateful for that
It's awesome.
for sure.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Like I live with a guy on the soccer team, and I don't think that detail doesn't really even matter at all. But I think I've been super encouraged by his love for others, like serious love for others. Like every day he's on the phone with somebody,
Hmm.
and like I think he just even living with him for the past. His name's John, so it's the guy that said the guy I was working out with that one
Hmm.
day.
He made a few
And
in the podcast.
yeah, shout out John, but just like super encouraged by his intentionality with his friends and with people.
Hmm.
Like super like he'll text you like he's like dialed in on texting people. Like that sounds crazy, but like being intentional, like sending him like a thank you text or just like really
Hmm.
appreciate you or encouragement text. Like that stuff is so real and it really
Hmm.
does encourage because it's encouraged me and I've seen it my heart be fixed towards like all right, I'm gonna send this text to somebody or send whatever. So I've been super encouraged by him in that manner, and also just like his love for the Lord too. Like just like the most wholesome things
Hmm.
was just chilling one day, and then he gets in the shower, and then all of a sudden I hear like some worship music, and I'm just like, that's the most wholesome thing like
Hmm.
I've ever witnessed. And now I'm like adapting that same kind of thing, and
Hmm.
that's me in the shower rather than doing whatever else or listening to whatever else.
Hmm.
So just the Lord is just the truth. To fear the Lord, that is wisdom. Turn away from evil, that is understanding. So yeah, word of the week, but it's so good. It's so good. Oh me.
What we got next?
Yeah.
The
What we got next is the weight, just a weight
Oh,
check
wait.
in. Smooth transition.
I feel like I've
Smooth transition we got.
so I'll read you last couple days, last
Mhm.
5 days. So goals 156 because next week our goals that's our final.
Mm-hmm.
So 156 this week, pound a week loss is the goal. 155.9, 156.7, 157, 155.2, 156.0. I feel like I've done this like 3 weeks in a row where I hit like the number.
Yeah.
Like I don't
It's
know
like-
why, but that's tough. But 155.2, that's like
That's legit.
I know that's the least I've. It's the lowest weigh-in.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Probably
You
since
went from
like
a 157. You dropped like 2 pounds in a day or something like that.
yeah I haven't. My sleep schedule's been kind of not great.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, that day, that was yesterday, so Saturday I slept in, and like once you get like a good sleep, like it just drops. Like
Yeah.
everything, like the stress and the everything drops.
Yeah.
So feeling good about that. I'm like low key. Like my plan was to maintain at 155. But I mean, we'll see. Like it's honestly been like I feel great right now. It's not like hard.
Mhm.
So I might,
Drop even more.
yeah, I might just keep going till like I think it's like I need to take a break. Cause like my
Yeah.
lifts are still going up. It's not like I'm fatigued yet up from it. And I've been at points where maybe where I was like 10 pounds in a row, then I was like kind of fatigued. So
Yeah.
we'll just see.
That's super encouraging.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's been the secret sauce you got?
I think just like
Consistency.
I know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Like I'm literally gonna go eat some cottage cheese, eggs, and potatoes, and then I'm gonna have a shake from Shake Smart. Then I'm gonna have a big meal for dinner with like a lot of meat, and then maybe some like potatoes, fruits and veggies. Look, you haven't been in the diet, but feel great, so that's okay.
It's good. It's really good. My weight, habit stacking is non-existent for weighing in. I still haven't. I probably weighed in one day this week. It was like I don't even remember. Like I feel like I'm just making up numbers if I say I weighed in because I really don't remember the last time I weighed in.
But
I'd say
last time
feel-
you were at it,
I hit a 167, but that was
you need to weigh in though, cause especially with this next week, cause like you can't just have one weigh in factor in.
yeah. Yeah.
You need
I
to weigh
need
in
to-
like at least 3 times
yeah.
morning weight.
I think the habit stacking has got to be just taking a shower and then weighing in right after.
Yeah, cause that's what mine is.
I think I've been.
It's crazy. Like it's in us. It's in us to know we need to have it stacked, and then we actually learn that it's a thing.
Yeah.
Cause like we're just growing more wise, and like no, we know what we need to do.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like I'm consuming more. There's days where I'm like I ran out of creatine, so I mean that's probably might sell me a little bit here. So I gotta
You
order
ordering
some more of
some?
that.
You need to order straps and creatine today, if you can.
Dude, I need to order creatine, straps, and protein powder. That's like gonna be so expensive.
How much? Do you use protein powder every day?
Yeah.
When did you add that in?
I
A
just
shake? You do a little shake?
a little like shake milk.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to, but so basically like been trying to get John to bring home some extra shakes from the facilities, so your boy can not have to pay for some.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean, I feel. I just say I feel bigger. Like I feel like I've been put on some weight. I feel like with a consistent week again, I haven't done a week yet where I've been like this has
Proud.
been a
Proud of it.
dialed week. Yeah, I have not done a week yet since I've been in school where I felt like I've been dialed.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I've been dialed on like food, but then I missed like
Mm-hmm.
the just
I feel like
So-
food's probably the most important though for both of us. Or not like it's not over Bible, but like food. If you're like eating somewhat right, and you only go to the gym 2 or 3 times, like that's all right. I
yeah.
feel like.
Well, that's where the gains are made.
Mm-hmm.
Is in the kitchen. So yeah, that's just kind of how I'm feeling. I mean, I feel like I'm getting stronger. There's just a lot of it's more like I'm shaping Play-Doh right now. Like it's like like just a ball, and now I'm like shaping it out little by little to like what I
I don't
want it
know
to
what
be.
that analogy.
Let me
No, I get it though. I get it though.
like I'm it's like I'm trying to sculpt something, but I need to do something little by little. So I'm like ironing out the little.
You're working
the
on
little-
like the arm or something, making a little creature.
Yeah. Like doing the thing one thing at a time. So like being more consistent on the gym, plus the eating, plus all the other things are kind of just like compounding on each other.
And I feel like now, like especially for me, like we're out of the January motivation. That's gone. That was probably gone 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like after my perfect week, and then like our terrible week.
The fall
It's
the
gone.
pit.
So this is where like it's just locking in, like getting stuff done.
Yeah. It's really just being intentional. I've just been finding that more and more is being intentional with your time. The only thing that I've been struggling with is I've been trying to be so intentional with my time that I either feel like I have no time for other things, or I'm just like I think of what I've been doing is I've been intentional with my time doing other things. Because I've been not being so intentional, like, okay, I'm gonna eat, gym, read, like run, this and that. I've been like, all right, well, I might have this meeting at this time with these people, or do a D group at this time, like kind of a little bit like that. So, well, it feels like what's crazy is it feels like we're not making. It's so like short, but like we truly are making progress in one way or another.
Even if we're not like meeting our, like you don't have to have a perfect. I think that's what this shows is like perfection only will not happen much, but you still get great results by just trying to be consistent. I think it's like consistency over perfection is just that's a motto of ours.
Staying steady. It's staying steady. All right, well, we've got to announce our new weekly challenge.
Did we even talk about our weekly challenge yet?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about it. All right, yeah, weekly
We'll
challenge.
just get into it.
Dig into it.
Called 3 People.
Mhm.
And I think it's because these are the easy ones. And then I was like, I don't know, I don't feel like calling them. Like
Who'd you call?
I called Mom, Sister, and Brady. So yeah.
What do you think? What do you think was a barrier?
I think I just didn't plan. I should have. Like, it got too late in the day. And then I was, like, just calling them. I was like, I don't know if they're going to even answer.
No.
But, like, with Brady, I, like, texted him. I was like, you want to call at 5? And he was like, yeah. Then he was at, I don't know if I'm leaking his college here, but it was Liberty versus NC State baseball. He was at the 9th inning, and NC State was up, and we ended up winning and coming back in the bottom of the 9th. And I didn't even,
Oh, really?
yeah, I was talking to him in the top of the 9th.
Oh, really?
So, but yeah, I felt like it was good. Good talking to people. What about you?
So yeah, I had 3 people. I had my mom, my sister, and my grandma. And I think one thing I realized is how little it was on my mind. Like how
Like just
just
trying
didn't
to
even,
talk with them?
yeah, it just wasn't. I wasn't thinking about it at all. Just sat. And that goes back to like the point of intentions or intentionality. Because I mean, like those are the people like I intentionally like called. I mean, I can say like I called like Andrew or something like that, but I didn't call him to be like. It was just like
Yeah, you can't call someone you like see daily.
yeah. So it was just it was good. It was just like crazy like how I didn't even think about it and how caught up we all are and just like because in the same way like nobody's being like nobody's been trying to call me for the besides my sister and like my mom like that's like the main people So it's just to me, it's like we're all so caught up
Yeah.
in what we're doing. It's kind of like, golly, like can't be that important. What
I
we're
feel like
doing.
we do our weekly challenge, we learn, but like we do bad at the weekly challenge, but we learn a lot from it because it just shows us like things we do wrong.
15,000 steps.
I think what you did wrong was just overestimate like ability and time.
Yeah, you know what the professors be saying this. They'd be like, you know, you might get an A in my class, but someone who makes a B minus might know more than you, or might get out more out of the class than you. And it's like, I kind of attribute that the same way. It's like, you might fail a weekly challenge, would be like, my gosh, I can't take 15 minutes of my day on a walk. Like, what am I even doing? Like,
No, that was
I've
too
got
many steps though. We should have did 10,000.
not even steps. I'm saying 15 minutes out of my day to
Oh, yeah.
call somebody when I'm walking.
Oh yeah.
Granted, and honestly, it makes it even worse. It's a snow day. Like, what was I was out of school for 2 days.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I called on either of those days. I don't remember.
I don't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It goes to show.
Yeah.
So weekly challenge. So we both got 3 on that. Nothing crazy.
So
Lesson.
we have like a similar week. I think I did more workouts than you though.
Yeah.
My workouts are they're like locked.
They're automatic. They're automatic for sure.
I've been doing 5 every time. So feel good about that.
I'm a little scared for this next week. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Okay.
I got 3 exams next week. I got Monday's packed, Thursday's packed, Friday's packed, and then I'm going to a bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna take a dog. Anyway, announcing the weekly challenge. No, you want to announce?
Yeah, so we were saying 15 minutes of like meditation. What do we think that even like entails? Like just sitting in silence and like if you want to pray, maybe like 15 minutes of prayer in silence. 15 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, that's a long time. But I feel like it could be the most like meaningful. It could be the biggest thing we ever do, and we might like lock in and like make it a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited for it. I think I'm gonna do it. I might cut the shower on, and just like not get in, and just like sit outside.
Okay. Yeah, 15 minutes. That's one thing that I've noticed in my like quiet time. Like I might have quiet time, but there's not ever listening. It's still like a do, still complete, but I feel decent about completing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like making time to listen. So
Mm-hmm. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
have to have a whole join on that. That section might have a whole nother separate podcast with it. Who knows? We might come back with a
this might be like 15 minutes of prayer. That's like our new podcast name. 15. Prayer 15.
prayer 15. That's funny. All right, y'all. So again, big lesson. Again, we're learning on this journey, and it being February 23rd. Speaking of that, next week. So next week is going to be our weigh check-in.
Mm. So y'all come
Next
in
week.
prepared. Hopefully y'all got some goals. Have them ready by next week.
Yeah. So again, big thing is just gotta have something you're working towards, or else you're not gonna be working towards it at all or doing anything on it. But it's also okay to fail and not be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to come back the next week. You got to keep coming, and just trying to dial in what you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
and have that identity and adopt that identity, and what that person would be doing that you want to be doing, and then most of all, you want to be enjoying the process and glorifying God in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do in vain, or no, what you do for the Lord, labor is not in vain. So we're glorifying God in this. Our goal is to glorify God in this podcast process, lifting, reading, growing better. Then it's not going to be done in vain. So I think that's the most encouraging thing out of it. So 52 steady. Noah, if you have anything else to say.
I do not.
It's been a wrap. It's been a great February 23rd. It's been a great Sunday. We'll catch y'all next week.
Mhm.